What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here with your Bitcoin update. Are we going to have a breakup or a breakdown? We're going to look at that in the charts and see where we're at.
1, 2, 3, jump!
Okay, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only, not to be taken as financial advice. So, with that being said, anybody doing any investing or any trading in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, because this market can be extremely volatile and risky. So with that being said, if you would, click the subscribe button in the lower right hand side of the screen and tick the little bell to get notified when I post videos. Also, if you could, I would really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up if you like the content, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think the market's going to do. With that being said, let's get into the charts. This is the daily Bitcoin chart. If you look at the two white lines, this is the falling wedge that I've been watching, and we are going to zoom in and kind of see where we're at. If you guys have been following you're new here, I'm going to quickly review what I've been looking at. People that have been watching, you know, I've been watching this symmetrical triangle here with the solid yellow line up here and the dashed one coming down as the bottom of the symmetrical triangle. And within that symmetrical triangle, I've drawn, if you look at the white dotted lines, there is a widening or broadening wedge in here. And it seems that we are following within these lines very well. So what I'm going to do now is go into the daily RSI. And if you look here, we have a falling wedge, and what it looks like, we need to watch this area today. If we break through this, I think we're going to have a surge of momentum, and we'll probably have a nice run up today. Now, the other possibility is we could get rejected here and come back down to the bottom line. And if that supports us, maybe another bounce up. But if we break through, we're probably going to have a sell-off. So we're going to get into the charts and kind of see what we're looking at. All right, guys. I'm going to zoom into the 4 hour. Give us a little closer look of what's going on here. And again, we're going to look at, remember the dashed line was the bottom of the symmetrical triangle, and this dotted line is the bottom of this broadening wedge. And if you guys watched my video yesterday, I had drawn these targets in right here, and right down here. And if you look right where the bottom of this wedge and the bottom of the symmetrical triangle is, I put in this green box. And as you can see, that was a target there, and we hit almost perfectly down in the green box, and now we're, making a move back up. Looks like we're getting some strength in it, but if you look at the volume here, the volume is still going down. But I believe that the next resistance we're looking at with where we're coming up here is right at the 3480 range, right where I have this green box, which would also coincide a little bit with the 21 exponential moving average right here. Now, if that, we're probably most definitely going to get some resistance there. And what I am looking for there is either we're going to have a major rejection, and it'll be obvious that we're going to come back down and test this line. And when we do that, if we break through that line, our next support's going to be back down on this dotted line again, which is the bottom of the falling wedge. And if we break down from there, this is my target from there, the 3250 to the 300 range, this green box here. But I feel that we're going to move up today, and within the next week or so, maybe sooner, maybe a day, maybe 2 day, anytime within the next week, I believe, my opinion is we're going to come test the top of this line here, which, if you look, it's these two peaks here. I like to draw my trend lines on the wicks, not the bodies. And if you can see right here where I have this green box, this green target is right around the 35.25 range. And that's my higher target for the near future. So anyways, if that does break, if we break above this pink line here, our next resistance is right up here in the 36.50 range, 36.40 range. And we're gonna obviously have some, as you can see, it was this 36.40 was our support for a while, and we ended up, breaking through here, coming back up and tested it. It became resistance, came back down, broke back up, and then we came back down and it became resistance again. Then over in here, we fought with that line for a while, broke back down, and it became resistance again right here. Now, what I believe is happening now is obviously the bulls and bears are battling right here. And this, as you can see, this area we're at right now was resistance right over here. Back over in here, we had some resistance also. So another thing I want to point out, guys, is if you look right here, I had this trend line and this trend line as like a falling broadening wedge. And when we broke out here, we came up to almost to my target in here, come back down and retested this line. And this is where we're getting a bounce now, which is where all these lines come in to meet on my trend lines. This one, the falling broadening wedge, this bottom line of the big broadening wedge, and then this bottom line of the symmetrical triangle. Everything met up extremely well right there. So I do believe we're going to have an up move today. But again, that could change. These are the bottom lines you really want to watch. If we go back down, if these don't hold as support, then we're looking at the 3250 to 3300 range. But I do believe we're going to have an up move today to one of these targets, which this one is the 3475 range to the 3490 range, and then this target is the 3525 to the 3535 range. And if you look at this target, this first one here, this was support quite a few times over in here. Also resistance right here, right there, if you can see it. And then it was support here, and support here. And then we broke through, and now this has become resistance. So this is going to be a big area to watch today. Like I said, right around the 3480 range. And if that breaks, our next resistance is going to be right up here, which coincides with this right in here. And if you look, we had, resistance, or support, support. And that will become our resistance there, which could get us up into this range within this weekend, maybe. And if we break up faster, we could be looking up in this range, up in the 3550 area today or into the weekend. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at today, guys, is I believe that, we have a good chance of having a nice green day today. I'll try to, if I don't make any videos tonight, I will make some over the weekend. And I haven't made any videos on Litecoin because basically, Litecoin and Bitcoin run together. But I will try to make some this weekend for the people that do like to watch Litecoin. But for today, I think that's about it, guys. And if you would please hit the subscribe, the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Tick the little bell if you like the content. It'll get you notified whenever I post videos. Also, if you would, please give it a thumbs up and leave your comments. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good day.